Alright guys, in this lecture we will create a student's app. So what is this app? App is basically a submodule of the project. Okay, there is a difference between app and the project. Alright, so project means the whole project or the application which contains multiple apps, but the app is a part of the project. So let's say we want to create a project which needs block functionality, user account functionality, and contact functionality. In this case, how we can arrange the project is that, let's say we want to create a project. Okay, so this is the project. Okay, so let's say project. So in this project we need three submodules. The first one will be blog, and the second one will be accounts, which is for the user accounts. Then the next one is contacts, okay, for the email and all those stuff. So inside this whole project we are going to create three apps. So here, so let's say this is one app and two app, three app. So this is blog, and this is accounts, and then this is contact. Okay, so just keep in mind these are the apps. All right, these are the apps. Okay, and this is the project. So just to remember is that one project can contain multiple apps. All right, so that's what we call apps. So that's the reason in our basic Django project we are going to create an app called students. So to create an app we have a Django command. Let's stop this server if it is running. Make sure you are inside the virtual environment, and let's say python space manage.py start app and space the app name students. Okay, just hit enter. So now the students app is created. If you go to the file structure here, you will see this is our project level directory, and this is the students app we created. Inside the students app we have the views.py file. Okay, it is already created, and this is the test.py file. Here we can run some test here, and this is the models. Here we do some database operations, and this is the apps. This comes by default with the Django app creation, and this is the admin.py file. Here we write admin related code. Okay, so one more thing to remember is that whenever you create a app, you should first go to the settings.py file and go to installed apps section. Here in this installed apps section, and you have to add that app inside this installed apps. Okay, so this is how we add this. First is students, okay, dot apps dot student config, students config. Okay, and put the comma. Okay, this is the app name and dot apps and then students config. From where we got this is that if you go to this apps.py, here inside this students app we have the apps.py. Okay, go to this apps.py and you have the class here, students config. Okay, this students config will go into this settings, this installed app section. Okay, just paste like this, you have to add. Okay, so just remember that whenever you create any apps, okay, any apps in your Django project, the first thing you need to do is add this apps inside the installed apps section. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is create a URL for our student list. So at first, as I said before, the URL first comes to project level urls.py file. See here, this is the urls.py here. Okay, but inside the students app we don't have urls.py file, right? So second thing we need to do is create a new file and urls.py, create this file. Okay, so whenever you create a app, first thing you have to do is go to the settings and add that app inside the installed app section. The second thing you have to do is create a new file called urls.py. Okay, these two things you have to remember. right? All right. So now we want to do something like this, right? So whenever you click on the student list, it should go to this page, student list. Okay, student maybe list. So when he hit enter, it should go to student list page. So now this is not working because we have to configure the URL, right? So go here. So again, let me explain. The first thing, when the student request for the student list, it comes to the project level urls.py file. Okay, keep in mind it comes to the project level urls.py. So here three things. First is, this is the root folder. Okay, this is the root. And the second is project level directory. This is the project level directory. This is what you are seeing. My project is the project level directory. And next is app level directory. Okay, this is the app level directory, students. If you create another app called accounts, then it will be with the students. Okay, so it will be like this. So students, templates, and then this is the template, not apps. Then if you create a contact app, then it will be contact. Then if you create a accounts app, then it will be account. So these are the, so this is the app level directory. So when the user comes with the path of student list, we should show him the student list, right? So first thing, we should make the URL pattern. So let me make that. Since we are using students app here, what we will do is, we should say path, and let's say student list. Then just say slash here, comma. This time let's not do views.home. Okay, this time what we will do, include, and let's include students dot urls. Okay, and you put the comma here. So what this is doing here is, whenever the user comes with this pattern, student list, then we are calling this URL, which is inside the students app. Here it is. Just now we created this urls.py, which is inside the students app, right? So we are calling this one. Okay, so whenever the user comes with this pattern, students list, so we are calling this urls.py file. So the request will go to this urls py. Okay, all right. Inside this, what we have to do is, the first thing is, we have to import the path. Okay, copy this path from here and paste it here. Okay, because we need path. URL patterns. Okay, URL pattern is equal to, open this list and say path, and let's say empty string, because student is coming to the student list, and after this there is nothing, right? If there is uh, something called test, then we should have written the test here, but there is nothing after the student list. Okay, so that's why we should keep it as the blank and comma. Here let's say views dot student list. Okay, and comma, let's name it as name equal to student underscore list. Okay, whatever name you want to give, you can give. This is actually the name of this path. Okay, okay, now we have created this path, but we should also import views. Okay, so because we have used views here, right? We want to access the view from the urls.py file, right? So that's why we want to use from dot import views. Okay, and now we have to create this student list view. Okay, this is a function, and here inside this views.py, let's create a function called student list. Inside here, pass in the request and colon, return render. Now pass the request, comma, the template name. So for now we don't have any template yet, but we will make one. Let's say student list.html. Okay, now save this. Also save this urls.py, also this project level urls. Okay, save both of these files and now go to the template. Okay, inside this templates create one file called student list dot dot html. So here make sure all these spellings are correct, file name and the html name you are using here. So here let's say exclamation mark and tab. Let me say student list. Okay, this is the h2, this is the student list. Okay, so let's make sure everything is proper. The first thing is the request comes to this project level urls.py file, and here we have made the url pattern student list include students.urls. Since we have used include, we have to bring that in from the django.urls. Okay, path comma include. All right, so include students urls. Now we have to go inside this students and urls. Go to this urls and we have the view student list. Then this is a name student list. All right, so go to this student list. Inside this views we have the student list, request and return render request student list html. All right, so everything looks proper. Let me start the server. Python space manage dot py run server. Okay, so hit enter. All right, server is running now. Let me refresh that page. All right, now as you can see, this is the student list. Okay, so let me remove this one. All right, so this is uh, where is it, student list. Okay, delete that and refresh it. All right, so now the url pattern is working fine. Okay, so when we click on this, student list, it should go to that page, right? Let me just show you how we do that. This is in the home page, right? home.html. Go to the home.html here. Okay, and here we have the student list button, right? Inside this href, let's say curly braces open and percentage say url space the name of the path. Okay, so if you notice, we have named this path as student list. Okay, so this is the name of this whole path, right? So that's why just copy this name and put it inside here. So this means that it will load the correct path of that url. Now if you refresh here, when you click on this, it is going to the correct student list page, right? All right, so this is how we create the apps and load it, right? Thank you.